Okay. How about now? Stray Dreams, can you hear me? I hear sound on my. Thank you. Or thank you. it's it's been a year, since almost a year. Let me get this turned down. Let me find my volume. There we go. So I've been streaming for who knows how long without sound. Yeah, I just forgot to turn click it. So thank you so much, my friend. Uh so I'll have to make sure when I post this to put in the comments for the first roughly 5-6 minutes there's no sound. So you're a lifesaver, Stray Dreams. Because who knows how long it would have been before someone else would have come in and said, "Hey, moron, we can't hear you." I could have been streaming for an hour or more. So you're my first and favorite visitor for the day, Stray, regardless of who else comes in. Well, I don't want to say regardless. I mean, it's not. If I don't know if actress Linda Carter came in and into my stream and said she'd been following me quietly for a long time and wanted to get married, I'd be like, okay, she's my favorite now. You've done it numerous times. That's great to hear. Well, you know what I mean. It's not great to hear. I'm just glad that I'm not the only person that's made that mistake. But like I said, I'm really, really rusty. So this stream is just something to try to get myself back into it. I mean, my last stream was January 14th of last year. So I've at first it was at first I wasn't streaming because Mary, who was joining me on my Elder Scrolls Online gaming, she had a lot of stuff going on, a lot of personal stuff going on, and so she couldn't be in there she couldn't stream with me, and we were playing, we were teaming up. So I was trying to wait for her to be ready again. And time just kept going on. And then my mental health collapsed. And I mean, I don't mean to bring this down, but it's part of what I'm been doing. A little over a month ago, I attempted suicide by overdose. And yes, I mean, I'm getting help. I'm not, I don't have, I'm not going to therapy or anything, but I'm still in the works trying to find a good therapist for that. But I'm on medication and I'm doing a lot better. So, okay, well, great to hear. I don't remember. I don't remember if you've told me that, in person that's your gamer name. But if I know you personally, even better. But like I said, for some reason, I'm being very public and open about my suicide attempt. Mostly so that way I could be there for somebody else if they ever get that feeling. I may not have any answers. I probably don't. But at the very least, I can say, hey, I've been there. I know exactly what you're going through. And then if you need someone, to talk to vent to, I'm here. I think that's what I'm trying to make that kind of a purpose for this. And anybody that, that knows me fairly well knows when it comes to my like emotions and what I'm feeling and stuff, I'm a guy, and typically, guys my age, we were we were raised that, we're not allowed to show weakness. Guys are not, supposed to be weak. We're supposed to be strong. We're supposed to be protectors. We're supposed to be, we're supposed to be the ones to protect our family. I don't have one. Whoops, microphone. But, that's the way I was raised. So I always kept my feelings, my emotions close to my chest. I was very private about it. I mean, even when I was married, I didn't talk to my wife about my feelings very often because that's just not how I was brought up to be. I wanted, I didn't want to show weakness to her. I wanted to let her know that, I'm going to be able to, keep her safe and whatnot. But that's just not how it was, on the inside. So I'm open, I'm honest about it. So that way, if people have any questions, they can feel free to ask me. And that way they can feel, if they need someone to talk to, they can feel more comfortable coming and talking to me. Boo, huh? Hey D, how's it going? But yeah, not to try to bring the channel down, but get that out in the open. I don't know. I may do more videos like this. It's hard to say. I don't know. I should actually just go to my big screen. There we go. So where I could just see the game. I've got a tablet over here. That's what I look at. And I did have my phone here. I was going to check Facebook Live, but for some reason it didn't connect. Excuse me. So, but I've got a couple of games that I mean, if I do get back into streaming, which I want to do, because I really want to do that for, I would love to make that a career. I mean, how many people wouldn't? But more times than not, I'm streaming to nobody. So, I mean, having 2 people pop into stream so quickly is pretty cool. But I mean, I would love to do this for, my career. Like I was saying, I've got two games that I'm thinking about streaming. This one is just for really for background. I will mess with it some, and I'll talk about the game, after I get done monologuing. But I still want to get back into doing Elder Scrolls Online like I was doing. That was my primary game. Oh, a lot of networking. Yeah. I would imagine so. Trying to, because I've had some people just saying, well, why don't you just like invite people, into your stream? It's like you can only invite, so much on your, on your own, because it's like people have to, how can I put it? People have to see you to find you in, like in the streaming world. It's not like you can throw out, I don't want to say an ad because that's not the right word, but it's not like you can throw up something that someone's playing, because that's called a pop-up. I mean, there's no way of just, reaching out there digitally, at least not to my knowledge. So usually you have to just, go on social media and, have your friends, when they pop in if they can, and they tell their friends. So, it's just the way it works. Raids, yes, raids help. I was actually, before I changed shifts, because I'm no longer overnights. I work 2 to 11s. I'm a people greeter now. I know you're thinking, you are people greeter? I know. But physical health problems as well. But, yeah, just hopefully I'll do better this run. Hopefully I can get, start getting some people. But like I was saying, before I changed my my hours, when I was doing a couple of streams, I was doing it at the same time as somebody, another streamer that I was following, because he did raids, and I was hoping that maybe he would raid me, but I can't remember what. Oh, I know what it was. I was staying up late, and his stream was running late, and I couldn't stay up any later than I already was. I was a cashier. Well, I mean, I was a cashier until COVID closed my store overnight, and I was still considered a cashier for I think it was a couple of months, 2 or 3 months, and all I did was just putting up returns and stuff like that. But then they got rid of the overnight cashiers, and so I became a stalker. And I mean, I'm 51. I'm not young anymore, as much as I like to act like I am. The body starts to go. My hands mostly, my hands and my wrists. You know, I'm not, going to keep going because there are lots of other body parts that hurts. Elbows, shoulders, back, head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. But no, I'm not going anywhere yet. But that's why we have CBD. Yeah, but I don't use CBD, as you can tell by the one of the little pictures, stickers, or whatever that I've got on the screen. Medical marijuana, no CBD. I used to use it. I mean, don't get me wrong, CBD does work. Before we got medical marijuana cleared, we did have CBD. We had, what was it? The American Shaman stores. And I used to go there. I used to go there and buy their CBD. And it worked. I mean, I was taking... What was I taking? Half a drop... I think it was half a dropper once a day. I think. Even though the recommended amount was a full dropper, but that stuff was expensive. That stuff was like $50, $60 a bottle. And I just really couldn't afford it. But I mean, it did great. I took it, and I mean, I was having some pain in my hands, but not as much. And then after we got medical marijuana, passed, then of course the shaman stores died out, and now I go to a dispensary, and I started out with flour, and then it came to the point where flour was no longer strong enough, so I went to concentrates, and oh darn it, sorry, I'm trying not to do these stupid ads, so just ignore the ad. I know it's hard not to. It's on the screen where my ugly face is. So, again, this is not sponsored by The Walking Dead or anything else or anybody else. I'm just so used to allowing ads to play when I collect rewards. I should just not collect them. Let the game go. But video's constantly buffering, huh? Dang it. Let me see. Maybe that's what that red dot is. Of course, it doesn't have any... Now what? Did BlueStacks just go weird on me? It did. I don't understand why it does that. Yeah, the BlueStacks window just went squirrely. Well, we'll just... I mean, I guess you can see me having a fight with my screen, but at least I'm still there. I don't I don't know why it's doing this. I'll just remove it and put a new one in. So... so right now there isn't anything, just me. Should try Nox. Huh. Never heard of it. I just happened to... Well, I think it's because the games would advertise BlueStacks. But yeah, I'll definitely have to... I'll look into Nox. Let me get another game capture screen thrown in here. Let's see. I was just looking to see if it was just going to show you guys that screen to see. But nope, that's okay. It doesn't take long. I've done this like well, not a dozen, but feels like it. 6 or 8 times. There it is. So weird. Capture, okay, and then I just slide it over here again. Drop it in place. There it is again. I don't know why it does that. I really don't. I'm looking to see if I can... I wanted to see if I could change my frame rate while streaming. Do you know, Stray? Am I able to change my frame rate while, so, knock my, what was it you were telling D? Drop your quality. Is there a way of doing that while I'm streaming? On OBS? No. Okay, thank you. I appreciate it. But I don't know why it's doing it. I noticed that whenever I would go Facebook Live on its own, that it was my frame rate was constantly crashing. And lots of times it was telling me that my frame rate was too low, and I don't know why. And I rarely had problems with OBS when I was streaming before. Every once in a while, I would have a bad stream day, but I mean, I'm sure we all have. But for the most part, it went without a hitch. Maybe it's just with BlueStacks. I don't know. Oh, I see well, it says I'm running green right now. CPU 1.7%, 60 frames per second. I got a little green box. And it says kilobytes per second. What is that, 5880? So just a little under 6. Or say just a little under 5900. Maybe it's going to behave itself. Yeah, my internet speed should be fine. Well, you said throttled. I think that's the company doing that, correct? Here's hoping, yeah. I'll just leave that screen there. Well, I mean, I've got 2 windows. I'm afraid that if I bring the my game screen up, that BlueStacks will go weird on me. Oh, I gotcha. Yeah, kind of figures. Yeah, throttle it so that way you pay more. But I remember, I mean, I've had the same plan since I moved in here, and I've been here probably 6-7 years. I don't know. But I told him, I was a gamer. And I mean, I've never had problems gaming. It's just when I started streaming. And yeah, this is the point of this stream. It's just talking about anything and everything, just existing. You know, like I said, the game is mostly for background. I'm here to sit, chat, have a good time, and get stoned. So fair warning, there's going to be quite a bit of coughing at times. I will lose my place in conversations. I will just downright out forget completely what I was talking about or thinking about. So, fair warning. Whoever I'm talking to at the time, if I happen to be asking a question or having a discussion about something, you may have to put me back on track by saying, hey, why are you talking about this? We were talking about this 2 seconds ago. And I've been like, oh yeah. And also, if I'm coming off too loud, let me know. My mic is literally like a foot away from my face when normally I have it further away. That's because I have well, they're not here right now, but I have a roommate now. And while I'm no longer a day sleeper, they are. So at times, I mean, I may have to grab the mic and bring it in for the quiet talk. So we'll just have to see. But so anybody out there, if there's anything you would like to, you know, ask me, go for it. Or, you know, it doesn't have to be anything personal. It can be. I mean, I may not answer you, but, or you could just ask me about this, that, or the other thing. Or, I mean, I don't care. This is just a very, very casual stream. And so, while I'm thinking about it, what's everyone going to be dressing up for Halloween as? Me personally, I'm dressing, well, I mean, I don't have to work. I did until I changed shifts. I went from having Tuesdays and Wednesdays off to now having Mondays and Tuesdays off. So I don't have to work Halloween this year, but I am planning on dressing up and going over tomorrow night, probably around, I don't know, I'll probably leave here, I don't know, I'd like to get there. I was thinking what would be kind of fun. Well, I don't want to spoil it because I know I work with D, so I don't want to. I guess BlueStacks disappeared temporarily. Yeah, I'm noticing it on my my monitor. I don't have a monitor on my tablet. Trying to see how long. Okay, yeah, it just vanished and then came back. How weird. But yeah, I'm gonna try to bring the game up so that way. I mean, I've got it there. I mean, it's kind of a talking point. Anyways, I'm gonna click that. All right. Well, I'll just keep track. Ah, red cloak and a dragon for his shoulder. Nice. Is it that hard what was it? Plastic resin one that we carried? The only reason why I'm asking is because I bought one, oh god, so many years ago. but he was made of shoot, latex, kind of like the masks, and he didn't have anything to attach it. You just set him there, and he had a long tail that came around and coiled around your neck, and that's pretty much. I mean, it didn't really coil; it just kind of went around. Maybe not even one whole time. I don't remember. It's been so long, and that's all. So I had like used safety pins and pinned him in place on a couple of times. Yep. Okay. Cool. I'd seen those, and I was so tempted to get one because I love dragons. Whoops. But anyways, this is Cats and Soup. It's a super casual game. It's think of it as it kind of played in a way like Farmville style. You start off with I think you start off with just this guy right here in the center. And one thing I enjoy about this game, I mean, sometimes some of the most simplistic games are just really calming and relaxing, and that's what this is. But when this, because you started off with this I can't remember if you actually placed this at first, and that was like one of the first things the game had you do. But anyways, whenever you get a new piece, you get a new cat, and it'll show like an open grassy field and a starry sky, and then one of the stars goes ding, and it says zoop, thud, and then kind of grass, and then a cat pops up, and that's your cat. And you can rename your cat. You can even put clothes on them that you unlock. Watch, I'll show you. You just click on him. Whoops, wrong person. Or wrong cat. And see them meow when you click on him. Watch. See? I don't know how well you could hear it, but regardless. Then you click on the cat face, and then I named this one Snowball. And it tells you what type of cat they are underneath it, which is kind of cool. And then if I wanted to dress them, you just click on which category. Like I could put that. I just unlocked 3 vests yesterday. So if I wanted to put that on, I just click on the vest, click wear, and then close it. And he's checking himself out. And then all I have to do is just close it, and he is now wearing it. And then say for example, if I want to come over here to, well, I mean, let's keep talking about Snowball for a second. You see, he's got a little timer up here that slowly fills up as he's stirring his soup with the blurp blurp blurp. And once that timer fills up, then he knows it's time to serve. Click on that hot air balloon. I'll explain that again. Well, I'll explain that later. Then, like I said, we'll come over here to the cabbage shredder. Which, another thing I like about this game. Most games, when you have a repetitive action being done, like, say you had a character shredding cabbage. Usually the cabbage they're shredding doesn't change. They just keep using that same motion cycle. But as you could tell, in this game, the cabbage actually starts off as a brand new one, and as he's shredding it with a swish swish, that's what it looks like it's saying, he gets down to there's just a little bit left that he can't use. He tosses it to the side, rolls in a new one. And if you saw, when his bag became full, he ran over, dumped it into the soup, and then right now he's taking a rest under the palm tree. And that gives you energy, which is it is shown in a little green lightning bolt. And that's used as a type of... See, there's the lightning bolt. I click on it. It's used as a... I don't want to say currency, but I guess It's a resource used to level up certain things. But see, then he ran back over there. And just like here's the cat that does the corn, you can hear it ever so quietly. See, that's another thing I like about this game. So you can see how much stuff I've got going on. A lot. And you're not hearing it all at once. You're only hearing what is on your screen. So you can hear the soup blurping. You can hear the cabbage being shredded, and ever so quietly, you can hear the corn being decorned. Anyways, so you can't even hear the cat bouncing on the trampoline. I would have to get like that. And then carrot chopper. And here's someone making juice. I can't remember what the bulletin board's for. I haven't really looked at it because I think it just does its own thing. Here comes the hot air balloon. I'll discuss it next time just because I didn't see it coming. Here's a furniture shop. Here's an observatory. The observatory is used to change your cat the way they look. You know, in case you get a duplicate. I'm getting thirsty. So, excuse me a second. Yeah, shucked. Well, isn't shucking just removing the leaves? Is that the actual, or, you know, they were actually removing the kernels. I don't know if removing the kernels falls under shucking or not. But yeah, I'd forgotten the word shucked too. Yeah, lots of ambient noises. If it's too loud, let me know. Because I can adjust, obviously, the volume on my headset. Because I don't want the game sounds to be too loud. But, yeah, it's just the sounds that is on your screen, which I really like. They don't throw everything on top of you, because it would just be a big mess, a big garbled mess, and you wouldn't like it. Okay, the hot air balloon that shows up, that came along with this searchlight. The hot air balloon is just coins. But the thing I was going to mention is, you could tell I was clicking on it to shake the coins out of the basket. There's a mouse that sits inside the basket on the coins. And when you start clicking it, and it shakes, he falls out and grabs on and is hanging on for dear life. And when you get the last of it, he loses his grip and hits the ground and runs off, which I thought was really cute. So when I see it again, I'll bring that to your attention. I know you're thinking, why is a 51-year-old man playing a kitty cat game and acting like a little kid? Because I am a little kid. Thank you very much. Well, let's collect this. The Jar Fairy's Gift. Oh, no, that says watch ad. I don't want to watch an ad. So I won't get it. Sometimes it would let me do it without watching an ad, but I'm not going to deliberately do that. Oh, and here's acorns. I guess it's... Is it shucking on there? Oh, there. See here? There's the mouse. Jumping up and down. All happy-go-lucky. Like, ha ha, kitty cats. I got money and you're broke. So click on it and see he's hanging on for dear life. And watch what happens when he gets to the last of it. He'll fall off and run away. Oh! And he made a liar out of me because I didn't do it. There was still a little bit left. I guess you only have so much time. So that was new. So he held on and just kind of went, ah! So next time we'll do it and you'll see him fall off. Decorned was right. Oh, that's great. What a term to even use, decorned. I decorned my corn. So I guess it would just be an "nd." Well, decorned. I didn't say I decorned my decorned. I don't know. Oh yeah, the game will even want you to take pictures. Like some of the cats. See this cat here? Wants his picture taken. So you can just click on either that camera there, or if it pops up on the side of the screen, that lets you know that someone wants a picture taken. So you can click on either one, and there's your shutter button, and you get money for it. So you just click that, it takes a picture. You can't adjust where you take the specific picture because it was that specific cat that wanted his picture taken. And you can, if you want, share that picture to social media. Or just click off of the outside that window and you don't have to. He's cussing. Or I should say the hammer is cussing. See what it's saying? Frack, frack, frack. Tell me, how is frack a cuss word? Where's that from? So, enough about me for a little bit. How's everyone else doing? Stray, how are things going with you? Deep, you're still on there? You doing all right, man? All right, I got saw your picture, Stray. Yeah, it's a cool little dragon. I wish they had them in different colors, and I wish they spent a little bit more time on them. You know, made them look a little bit better. But that's just the way things are going. I mean, have you noticed those Christmas village decorations over the past, say, 10 years? The quality's just gone to hell. I mean, they used to be really beautiful. I mean, you could tell they were hand painted. I mean, granted that, it's not like they were, painted by one of the, great master painters, the Ninja Turtles, Michelangelo, Donatello, Leonardo, Raphael, them. But you could tell that it was done. Playing Genshin. Oh, yeah, I've heard of that. Never played it. But nowadays it just looks like they just took the paints and gave them to a bunch of kindergartners and said, "Here, have fun." I mean, there's no attention to detail or quality. It's disgusting, really. And I remember growing up, people, adults in my life, like my uncles and my grandfather and grandmother and my mom, them saying how, they don't make stuff like they used to, talking about when they were young, and I'm doing the same thing because I remember how things were. Like, for example, my uncle's pickup. That thing was a tank, practically. I mean, locking hubs, 4-wheel drive. That thing could practically climb a telephone pole. And like I said, the thing was built like a tank. I remember, because they lived out in the country, so they had back then they had a rural mail. It was basically someone's personal vehicle. You know, they had some. I think they had something on the roof that said they were the postal service. Okay, watch. We're gonna get rid of the mouse. There he goes. He was quick. I hope you saw him, because he took off as soon as he hit the ground. But anyways, last couples look like chew toys. Oh no. But anyways, this postal carrier, I don't remember what happened, but my uncle was headed towards my grandparents' ranch, and he was pretty close to the not, I guess, kind of like a drive. It's kind of like a driveway / road that went into the property. And something happened with the driver. I don't mean medically. I don't know if they were distracted, mail dropped at their feet. I don't remember what it was. But anyways, they hit my uncle's pickup. Hit him right in the, I believe it was the front passenger wheel. Hit it dead on. Just caved the front of their car in. And all it did to his pickup, it burst the tire and bent the rim. That's it. Might have scratched the paint a tad, but that's it. Popped the tire, bent the rim. Actually, it didn't. I don't think it actually popped the tire. I think when it bent the rim, that broke the seal. So it just instantly deflated the tire. I think the tire was fine. So basically, all it did was bent his rim and caved the whole front of her car in, like she hit a wall. But yeah, nowadays, if that happened today, probably best case scenario, you'd see the driver sitting in a mangled pile of thin metal, fiberglass, and plastic, going, "What was that?" Worst case scenario, they're part of that twisted, bended wreckage. So, just goes along with the ornaments I was talking about. They just don't. They're not as, whatever they use, it's ceramic. I always get ceramic and porcelain. I always seem to intertwine those, and I know that they're not the same thing, but I always want to call, ceramic porcelain and porcelain ceramic. But anyways, you know what I'm talking about. The quality's not as good. They're more brittle. And then, the paint job is crap. And just the overall look. I mean, look at the Christmas decorations that are out nowadays. I mean, it's all artsy-fartsy stuff. I mean, and I'm all for hand-making stuff. I'm very crafty as well. But it's just like, it looks less like, say, when people are making a snowman, they're looking less and less like a snowman and more of a snowman-shaped item, if you know what I mean. Someone's making a Christmas, making a handmade Christmas tree. It looks less and less like a Christmas tree because, it may not be green. It may not have decorations hanging on it or painted on it or carved into it. It may just be the shape of a tree. Excuse me. And some of them, they don't even have the sharp corners, like, is associated with pine trees. It's all, it kind of looks like a plug, if you know what I'm saying. I mean, next time you go into the store that sells decorations, go look at the Christmas decorations. See what I'm saying? It's just, I don't know. What are Christmas decorations going to look like in 5 years? I mean, they're changing so rapidly. I mean, it just seems like it hasn't been that long ago when where we started introducing more colors of trees other than your typical, you know, greens. First was greens, and then it was like silvers and whites because of like the spray snow. And then from there, every color of the rainbow and rainbow trees. So which I think is great. Because what would you do if green was your least favorite color in the world? If you just absolutely hated the color green, but you love Christmas, got to do something. So well, the game is still on the screen, so that's good. Oh, I mean, when you want to level up one of these, you just click on it. And the other symbol says level, you just click on it. And see, this one uses coins, and you just can click on that. And usually it goes up in groups of 10 if you have the resources. Or you can come to this little square here in the bottom left-hand corner. It shows a picture of the very next thing that it would upgrade. I just noticed I was feeling a little bit warm. I think I turned my AC off earlier and didn't turn it back on. So I'm going to go turn on my AC because I'm getting warm. I'll be right back in just a second because it's on the other side of the camera. Told you I'd be quick. Yeah, it was 74 degrees. I know a lot of you are probably thinking, that's not warm. It is to me. See, me personally, I can't sleep in a temperature above 73. So, 74 is just not good. And I don't handle heat well. When my body starts getting hot, because I'll start getting uncomfortable, and then I start to fidget a lot, and then I start getting it. I start feeling aggravated, just because I'm uncomfortable. I don't want to say I get short-tempered because that's not what happens. I just get frustrated. That's what it is. I get really, really frustrated because I'm too warm. I can't get comfortable. I can't relax, and I just get really, really frustrated and really tense. So we don't want that. But yeah, like I said, that little square has the picture of what would be the next thing that it would upgrade, which is that palm tree right there, which is one of the 2 rest areas. The other one is this trampoline. And you can actually hear him. Mouse goes run. Also, all the foods... Oh, listen to the... Oh, he wants his picture taken. Caught him in the air. Actually... Oh, no, I don't want to save that one because... It would show my real name. And while I've given it out like once or twice accidentally, I don't broadcast my real name yet. And I don't care if somebody calls me by my name typically. I mean, I prefer using my gaming tag. But whatever. So let's see. Yeah. The little thing just lit up. So next thing is one of the carrot choppers. I don't know who. Let's see if it's... Well, he's 249. Where's... I think I had 2 carrot choppers, don't I? 258, so it would be this one. Should be. Let's see if it lights up when I click it. Yep. Next is the trampoline. Oh. Aw. He didn't rest very long. Yeah, I got something a while back. I don't know what it was that gives you an umbrella over your food when it rains. And it's those clear bubble umbrellas, which I thought was really neat. And yeah, and the umbrellas give you energy somehow. But anyways, let's go ahead and level up the... Okay. I know you probably couldn't hear it, but there's a little ding, a little chime. Yeah, boing, boing. It's a cute sound. There, level up a few things. I don't want to do it too much because the coins are used to build things. Like, what's the next thing that am going to build? Shelling acorns. That's what it's called. I have to have 200 F. It's like, why did they do that when it came to money in the games? It doesn't make sense. I mean, they went from, you go hundreds and then thousands, and sometimes once you got into the thousands, it would put a K after it, like 1.1K, instead of putting 1,000, which was just, I thought was lazy. And then when you got to million, it would be like, say, 1.1M, and that let you know that you had 1.1 million currency. And then, for billion, they'd put a B, and then trillion, they'd put a T. And then after that, they started with like A, and then B, and then C, and then D, and then, they would use the letters that weren't already being used. And then after that, once they hit Z, then they'd go back and then it would be AA, BB, CC. Why? We don't have that kind of money. Why can't you just earn it slower and just use the numbers we already have? It's like, you do realize there are numbers after trillion. I mean, I don't know the order of them, but there's what is it? Quintillion, there's sextillion, there's octillion. And plus, what was it? I'm trying to remember. I bought a very, very large Zimbabwe currency bill. I mean, it was totally legit, but it was from when their economy collapsed. And the bill was like, I wish I could remember. It was something like, what was it? It had like 26 zeros after it. I know it was in the 20s. I'm almost positive. I don't remember what the number was. But I'm thinking, quad, quint, six, sept, oct, nep. Nerd. I think it was the DEC one, but it was like it had 20 some odd zeros, and I was like, what in the heck could you buy if you had that? I mean, if that was actual US dollars, do you realize if that was actual US dollars, that much money, which is more than this game, which is not even close to how much I have on in this game right now, because it's like, what is that, 6225E, and that's after A, B, C, D. All right, that one big bill. I looked it up. If I remember correctly, you could buy our entire galaxy, our entire solar system 12 times. Because I asked, like, what is the current estimated value of the planet Earth? And then, surprisingly, the other planets aren't worth a whole lot. Because you could own it, but what are you going to do with it? You can't go live there. It would just be like buying a big rock that's set off the side that you can only look at under certain conditions. You can't ever touch it. Excuse me. And you can't go visit it. But, so, that's why when games do this with the currency, it blows my mind, because there's no point. Just use regular numbers. See, the kind of weird shit I think of when I'm high. And I'm not even really high yet. Well, I mean, I'm not. I am high. I'm just not really high. I know I have no idea how long I'm going to run this stream. It's been an hour. And I mean, I'm just sitting here. Just feels like I'm just talking out loud to myself, which is pretty much what I'm doing, because I don't hear, anything, any responses, obviously. Told ya. Good stuff, man. Oh, he wants his picture taken. Okay. Oof. I know I go on weird tangents sometimes. But I know I forgot what I was going to lead into, but I was going to lead into something else having to do with a game and that kind of thing. About, I don't know if it was about numbers or what it was. Oh yeah, I know what it was. Excuse me, I'm still a little stopped up from my cold, and plus you do a lot of coughing with this. It has a tendency to, I don't know, loosen things up that you didn't know was there. Here's something I've noticed that I don't understand when it comes to certain games. These slot games, because I don't know, for those of you that play mobile games, you get these ads, and some of the ads are these really, really angry customers are going up to the owner of these games complaining about their slot machines, that they're not hitting these jackpots, or they've had to pay and all this stuff. And then they go to say, well, you obviously downloaded the wrong game and blah blah blah. And then it talks about how like you can hit jackpots of like $10 trillion in like the first 10 minutes or 5 spins or something like that. It's like, okay. Now I may be wrong, but I've played digital slot games before. But it's like playing a slot machine in the casinos. You have a limited amount of money and you're hoping to win. And sometimes you would run out of money and either you had to wait, minutes, hours, or till the next day before the game would automatically give you some. If you already have billions or trillions of coins, or dollars, however they do it, and you know that you can hit like their jackpots in as little as 10 spins or 5 spins or 10 minutes or whatever it is, what's the point of playing? There's no challenge. It's just like you're not really playing a slot machine. You're just pulling a lever or hitting a button and saying, how much is it going to give me this time? I may spend, 1,000 coins, but I'm going to get thousands of times that in return, probably within the next 10 minutes. What's the point of playing a game when there's zero challenge to it? I mean, even this game, as casual as it is, I have to wait for my money to build. In order to unlock and be able to build new little areas. Yeah, I can go through and make sure I do. It doesn't really have quests, but I can make sure that I take what coins I have and upgrade, all the other stuff, all the people that are making ingredients, one of the things that I had actually spent money on was a mole. If you look at the very bottom left-hand corner of the screen, under that square, where the very first item's sitting, after every few seconds, a mole will pop up, grab the item, and pull it underground. Before I had him, if you didn't click on the items that were at the bottom of the screen, which is food that you've made or your cats have made, then they go on sale. I don't know what the amount is. If I had to guess, I'd say probably 50%. But I'm guessing it's either 50% off or 10% off. Either way, it goes on sale. And then after a few seconds, it sells. And you get the coin for it, but you don't get all the coin. So the point of the mole is he grabs the item, takes it with him, and sells it for the full amount. So that was the purpose of having him. But anyways, just want to check my phone. Doesn't look like there's anybody chatting out there. No new people. That's okay. I'm just gonna sit here and smoke and fiddle with this game a little bit, and I'll find other things to talk about. Which won't really be hard. I was just thinking I wasn't able to put a title on this thing, and I'm going to have to figure out how to do that again. Because it's been so long since I've streamed. And I need to figure out why it's not connected to Facebook Live. Because I was able to stream to both of those at the same time. So I'm going to have to go to looking at that. I mean, that was pretty much the purpose of this stream anyways, was just to knock the rust off. It definitely has. It's brought a lot of this back. There's still a handful of things I'm not sure about. Like, I'm going to have to look up that Nox emulator and look into that. Since, I mean, if this is something I'm going to do again, I would like to have a emulator that's not going to go weird on me. And believe me, this one has. I mean, like I said, it was probably about 6 or 8 times that I've had to remove the game capture scene in my stream and put it back in like I did earlier in this stream. Oh, somebody wants their picture taken. Did you see that? That gray cat running back and forth? So, let me find my cursor. There it is. Click on the camera, and it'll take me to him. Oh, it's the one dekerneling the corn, or decorning the corn. Whoops! I accidentally clicked off. Here we go. Let's wait till he's got a little bit. Uh-oh, there's the hot air balloon in the corner. Here it comes. Let's knock him off. Yep. Oh yeah, I forgot to talk about the penguin. I have a penguin. See, this is just a fishing hole or a pond. I don't remember what they call it, but it wasn't it wasn't manned by anybody, and you had to click on it like that, and then you would click on that little fish symbol, and you would have 5 lures. And see, I could get one right now if I wanted to by watching an ad, but I'm not going to. And then it would give you a lure, and then you would just click on something, and you would toss it in there, and then you would wait for a fish to grab it and pull your bobber under the water, and then you would click on it again, and it would give you a fish. And you use these fish. Let's see if I have any. Yeah, see that? That's how many fish I have right now. You would use these fish to upgrade your cats. And I got the penguin, and he does the fishing for you. So whenever I get a new another fishing lure, I can't remember if it resets per minute, hour, or day. I can't remember. But as soon as I get one or more, he does it for me. And then the fish he automatically puts in his little deal there. And then I can use this to upgrade cats. I'll show you. Find someone who do I want to upgrade? Well, I've never seen one of the cats laying in the flower bed before. That's a first. I was kind of wondering what it was for. It's an energy spot. That was cool. Oh, someone's got a present. See? See the one sitting under the palm tree? He's got a little present over his head. You would actually need to click on those. There's not a button for it, I don't believe. So click on that. Mickey. Yep, I named that one Mickey. So you can select a gift. See, with my OCD, when I have something like this, I would normally not know what to choose. So either I pick a position or a color. So if these were all the same color, I would pick the middle one. And regardless, even if, if it shows you what the gifts are beforehand, I don't look at it. I wait till it's set, and then I would select the middle one. But for this game, I chose to always select blue. And I could get the rest of them by watching an ad, but since I'm streaming, I'm not going to watch any ads. Not on purpose. If I do it, like I said, it's by total accident. But let's see. Who do I want to level up? Let's see what level this one is. I think that's Smokey. Excuse me. Let's see. Is that Smokey? Yep. He's got 3 hearts. So let's pick one that only has 1 heart. It'll be a little bit easier. How about this one? Oh, he moved. Oh wait, I can still do it. Hammy. I called him Hammy because I thought he looked kind of like a hamster. Alright, so he only has... you can see he's got only 1 heart. And that's his experience points, I guess? So he has 0 out of 10. So you go to feed. And here's your fish. It shows you in the... what would be normally a word bubble. It tells you how many of those fish you have. And down below, it shows a heart and a number. The number is how many experience points that fish gives. The small fish he will swallow whole. The larger fish he actually bites away. I'll show you. Here comes a small one. He probably chewed it, but I mean the whole thing went into his mouth. And see, now he's now 1 out of 10. So I'll give him the other one. Yeah, he chewed it. I thought he swallowed it whole. Alright, now we have 1 of this one that gives 7, and 2 of this one that gives 3. So I'm going to give him 1 of the 3 heart ones. So watch how quickly he eats it. I always thought that was cute. So alright, feed him another one. Alright, so now this next one, because see right now he's got 8 out of 10. So that last fish he's going to get to eat, it's going to put him up to 5 out of 10, but he'll have 2 hearts. Watch. See? And see, now it's not 10. I'm wrong. I forgot that number gets bigger. It's now 5 out of 20. Because let's see, I think the cat that I have the most experience on is Snowball. Whoops. Oh, he wants his picture taken. Oh, that's okay. I'll go ahead and do that and get that out of the way. Oh. Try it again. Yeah, he has four hearts. So he has 64 out of 100. So it goes 10, 20, and then I believe it goes 50, and then 100. And I don't know. I don't know after that. So I'm just going to go ahead and use all the coins I have. Level things up. Well, that's what that was. So you saw those lights coming up. That was me quickly clicking on that one little square in the bottom left-hand corner and leveling up all those areas one level at a time. Otherwise, if you go directly to the spot itself, I haven't been able to see any other way of leveling it other than it does it by, in blocks of 10. Unless you don't have enough coins, then it only allows you to go up to the amount of coins that you have. watching myself, seeing how far behind the video is. Looks like probably maybe about 15-20 seconds. So not horrible. Well, I'm still showing green. So that's good at least. I think I need to make another post. There we go. Posting that I'm live. Alright, somebody else wants their picture taken. Whoever that is. Oh, I think that's Tattoo. Let's see. Is that Tattoo? Yep. You're probably wondering why I named a Siamese cat Tattoo, because that was the name of my next door neighbor's Siamese cat when I was growing up in Oregon. Had a next door neighbor, and they had a Siamese cat, and his name was Tattoo. Most cross-eyed Siamese cat you'd ever see. I mean, the longer you looked him in the face, the more you felt like your own eyes were crossing. It was bad. He wasn't the... If I remember right, he wasn't the most sociable cat. He didn't want to be petted by me very often. I mean, not like I was mean to him or anything. He just wasn't very sociable. And my mom, brother, and I, we had quite a few cats. Well, I mean, quite a few. I can't remember the most we ever had. Maybe like around 9. I'm trying to remember how many was the most cats I've had at one time. It was probably no more than 3. I'm trying to remember. I don't think I had Baby and Felix at the same time. I don't believe so. I had Felix and Sniffles at the same time. Sniffles was just kind of, well, he was kind of half my cat, half my brother's. I don't have any pets now. I don't really... I don't have an apartment for a cat. I have too much stuff that they would just destroy. I've got... For those of you that know me on social media, I've posted pictures of my bookcases that I keep my DVDs in. I also have Funko Pops and some different figurines put on there. So yeah, all that would be on the floor in huge piles. As a cat wanted to lay on the shelf, and God knows what a dog would do. So I just changed shifts. I took a $1.50 an hour hit. I lost because I'm no longer overnight, so I lost my overnight differential. I mean, granted, I have a roommate now, but it's not, at least at this present time, it's not a permanent thing. It's, I mean, they told me probably, probably 6 months. So. Nah, you don't miss me overnights, D. I know you miss giving me a hard time. That's what you miss. I don't want to say that I miss overnights that much. Usually because I mean, probably what 99% of the time I worked by myself. I very rarely worked with someone. I was kind of a I don't I don't want to say I was the wild card because that wild cards are usually a good thing. I was kind of like the anti-wild card. I was like, I'll just put him somewhere. Even though they pretty much put me in the same place, the same days. I think that's why sometimes I would break out my my Bluetooth speaker and play music because, you know, felt like some form of interaction. Plus, it helped me drown out you know who. You were going easy on me for a while. Oh, I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it. I know how you can get. Just as long as you don't ever get as bad as uh, redheaded Michael. I'm just seeing D, I'm just seeing yours and Stray's messages on my last post. It's like, yeah, I knew who you were, D. I didn't know who Stray was. I was thinking it was someone else, but at first I couldn't. I don't know if you remember Ricky, the one that always wore the energy drink T-shirts. I couldn't remember what his name was, and it's been. I just thought of him. Excuse me, yesterday because I saw him. It was weird. I hadn't thought of him in a while. Every once in a while, when I'd be thinking about streaming, he would pop into my head because he actually has a sponsor, and it's that energy drink. I can't remember what it was called, like Raise or Rage or something. I know it starts with an R. I don't remember what it was. You just do the stuff that nobody wants to do. Yeah. I understand that. I wouldn't do it. I know that falls under the category of not wanting to do it. I'm just saying I don't know why you do it. Oh, maybe it's just your character type, D. I don't know. But there's certain things I won't do. Certain things I can't do. Which some people just didn't understand that. Like, oh, here comes Rumi. You're back, I see.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm still got my stream going.
Yeah.
Yeah. So watch out for any cables.
Okay.
Probably about the only one you need. Here, let me move my
Tablet.
Yeah, it's probably about the only cable is this one. Just don't trip over it. Alright. But, what was I saying? Oh, hell. I was going to mention something about, Melissa. But I don't remember what I was going to say about her. Oh, well. That's what happens. As long as it gets done, nobody... Yeah, and along as it gets done, nobody cares. No, oh, nobody bothers you? Well, yeah, I can get that, D. You know, some people like it when they can do a job and no one's going to bother them. I like having, I like having someone there, so if I wanted to talk, I could. Lots of times I catch myself talking too much, but I think it's because I'm just not used to working alongside someone. You just kind of, it's almost like you have all this, talking that you've wanted to do, just kind of sitting there filed away. And then when you have the opportunity to talk to someone while you're working, you just start unfiling everything. I think probably if I would have worked with someone at the very beginning, I probably would have been a chatterbox for probably about, I don't know, maybe a week. It's just kind of like when you go to talk to someone, you want to get what you consider the most important to you topics out, and then once you've done that, just the casual stuff. Unless you're like certain people that I talk about drowning out. Usually when you get your main topics out of the way to that one specific person, then just the casual conversations or idle chit chat usually dies down quite a bit. But yeah, the person that I talk about, me drowning out, that person, I don't think they're capable of shutting up. I mean, I was literally wherever they put me, usually, unless I was put up front to go through red totes, I could hear him talking non-stop. Like 8 hours a day, 4 days a week. It's insane. You don't mind working with me most of the time. You know, when I first work with someone, like I said, I can, just be a regular chatterbox, but that's because I've got all this, stuff you're passionate about that you want to share with someone, and I don't have that I haven't had that opportunity, for a long time, or it doesn't come up very often. So, I mean, I guess I just take advantage of it when it happens. Like I usually talk about the YouTube channels. So, some of the YouTube channels I follow. I never got away from you. Of course not. I'm still there when you all start filing in. Yeah, I mean, I think probably the main channels that I talk about is Mr. Ballin, who usually does like scary stories, uh, like kind of I guess real crime and stories and stuff. But there's I don't know how else to describe what what it's, but he does stories. You know, I don't think he does anything that's imaginary. I think all of his stuff is either factual or based in fact. I don't want to say based. That doesn't. It's believed to be true. Because some of the stories might either have a supernatural or extraterrestrial subject matter. I'll put it that way. And I also follow Critical Role, which is a bunch of nerdy ass voice actors who sit around and play Dungeons and Dragons. And then I also follow Dive Talk, which is a couple of cave divers. But they dive other places too. I set the box of those pods next to your. Okay, cool.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Like I said, I'm pretty sure that is crystal tea in those cups.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not 100% sure.
Right.
You can always tear one open and look,
Curiosity.
Right? I did that with the cappuccino once because I was wondering what it was. I'm like, it doesn't say cappuccino coffee. It says cappuccino. So I'm like, so what's in those? And I just tore the foil, and it was just instant
The
cappuccino mix.
Yeah.
I was like, okay. Yeah, but like you said, curiosity. We know how well that can,
right?
Can go. Yeah, let's see. Oh, Ralph watches Dive Talk, huh? Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I love that show. Woody's Woody's a nice guy. He's a little. I don't want to insult. I don't want to say anything mean about the guy. He believes in things that I don't. I'll put it that way. And I don't have anything bad to say about the guy. He's a character. He's a. I'm trying to think of what would be a good way to describe Woody, and not in a bad way. I'm trying to think. I guess I would say that he's definitely like a water spirit that's trapped in human form. I mean, because when you hear Woody talk about diving, when you hear him talk about ocean life, when you hear him talk about just like the cave formations, or just different how can I put it, just nature, but underwater nature. When you hear him talk about that world, you can tell that's a man that has a lot of passion and a lot of love in general, but mostly, or even more so, I should say, for the underwater world. I think if they ever found a way where you could live easily underwater with like either like a small device, um, like let's just say if they found a way that they could make some kind of neckband that you could put on and it instantly gave you gills, and it worked perfectly, and that's all you needed, just something that's not cumbersome or anything like that, that you could live underwater as long as you wanted, and they wanted to test it. Before that sentence reached its end, Woody would be there, storming his way to the stage to volunteer. And his partner Gus would be the one, probably in the back of the crowd, face palming himself. that's that's pretty much a good way to describe those two. But they're both pretty great guys. Yeah, Dee, I'll tell her you said hello. I just don't want to say your name out loud unless you want me to. Then, but I'll tell her. Because I couldn't exactly tell her. Yeah, your ugly maintenance guy said hello. Because there's what, three of you? If I said the ugly maintenance guy with glasses says hello, there's what, three of you? Uh, okay, I'll tell her when she comes in to get her food. Sam on overnight says hi.
Hi, Sam.
She said hi. If you didn't hear, which I'm sure you did. Microphone's right here. Yeah, I've got. As far as I know, I've got one or two people in my stream right
That's
now.
cool.
Just bullshitting,
Yeah.
getting stoned and just running this in the background, kind of.
Yeah.
Just trying to get back into it.
It's the best way to do it.
Yeah. And I figure keep the microphone close so I don't have to talk quite as loud. Because I know eventually you're going to probably try to go back to sleep, maybe.
Yeah.
Sometime.
Trust me, that ain't gonna bother me.
Oh, believe me, I take other people into consideration.
Yeah, I tried you too. Came in the other day on my lunch to get food because I was starving. I'm like, using the refrigerator as a light so I didn't wake you up.
Oh, hell no.
Yeah,
I
so
never
quiet.
didn't even hear you. Because usually, I mean, I've got a fan on in my room.
Yeah, 'cause-
So usually I hear the fan, and if the AC happens to be on at the same time, too.
yeah, I just came in and grabbed, threw a pizza in the oven, in the microwave, and took off.
Yep, didn't hear a thing.
Trying to be all
I
quiet.
know. There's going to be one of these times when I haven't been in bed that long, and I'm not quite, and I'm somewhere between awake and asleep and stoned out of my mind, and you're just going to come in and I'm going to hear the door open and I'm going to freak the fuck out because for a split second I'll have forgotten I have a roommate.
Mhm.
I'll be like, wait, that's not maintenance.
Right? It's bound to happen.
Yeah. I mean, luckily I have one of my swords in my room, but you know.
Right?
Uh-oh, looks like my stream froze. Or Twitch froze. Twitch is, because it says I'm still streaming, but for some reason, Twitch isn't. I wonder if I can close it and bring it back up. Let's try it, see if that has anything to do with it. Yeah, that fixed it. If for some reason I don't know why, but it's not. I usually have it set to stream on both Twitch and Facebook Live at the same time.
Oh, yeah.
But for some reason, it's not doing Facebook Live.
Huh.
So I need to figure out where. After I do this, I need to figure out where that is in my setup
Right.
and put it back in there. Unfortunately, I can't add YouTube because I have to have 2,000 subscribers in order to be able to.
1,002 lives.
Is it 1,000 now?
I think.
Because I think it was 2,000. I know when I
Maybe
started.
That's TikTok. It might be TikTok. That's 1,000.
Oh yeah, I don't know about streaming to TikTok. I mean, I throw all I did on TikTok is those reface videos I make. I just put them on there. I don't title them
Right?
or nothing. I just dump them on there. Just usually anywhere from about 9 or 12 at a time.
Right?
It's one of those things. I'm doing it just to make people laugh or throw up in their mouth a little. And you know, if by some chance I get a following on that, it's just a happy accident. Because you know, I don't want to say I'm not taking it that seriously because you know I am to a degree, but it's not like I'm not actively trying to become TikTok famous.
Right.
It's just like, please God, if I'm going to become famous on any type of like network, don't make it TikTok.
Right?
I mean, I love TikTok, but it's not my preferred.
Right.
I want to be a Twitch streamer and you know stream Elder Scrolls or something,
Right.
or maybe Scorn. I don't know. I'm still trying to decide if I want to play that game first or do I want to stream it blind.
Yeah.
Because sometimes, you know, because it is a horror based game.
Mhm.
Basically a first person shooter, horror based, you know.
Mhm.
But I don't know if I want to, like I said, stream it blind or play it first to get a little bit of a feel for it. Like I was gonna do the infected, but it's just takes too long because you have to collect your like you have to collect like a small stone and a stick to make an axe. Then you have to chop the tree down. And it's all that. I mean, it took me. I don't know. It took me probably at least 2 or 3 hours just to build a house.
Damn.
And I'm just thinking that's just too slow. That would be too boring to watch.
Right.
I mean, I know I'm not exactly the most exciting person in the world, but at least something's going on. But I wouldn't be able to keep that. I wouldn't be able to keep people's attentions. I mean, and I had it on God mode too. So that way, whenever I got attacked by like a bear or any of the infected, I didn't have to worry about dying.
Right.
And then having to, who knows, maybe respawn
To redo everything.
way the heck, yeah, and have to do it because they destroy shit quick.
Damn.
I mean, because obviously the first structure you can build is made out of wood. It's made out of logs, but I think that one infected. I don't want to call. They call them zombies. I guess they're vampire zombies, and I'm like, really?
Right.
I'm a stoner, and I could have come up with a lot better than zombie.
Right.
But still, I mean, it's still a fun game. But regardless, I think one of those hit my wall like 5 times and broke through it.
Oh shit.
Yeah. And it's like, shit. So yeah, I mean,
You forgot the mud to hold your logs together.
and what it's called is if you hear what sounds like a howl, that means that's a zombie coming. If you're inside, get your ass outside so they will attack you and not your house because them motherfuckers don't know what a door is.
Oh shit.
Because usually when I build a structure like that, I will leave the door wide open.
Right.
It's just easier that way.
Right.
No, they don't come in through the door, bang, 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 knock a wall out, and then of course you've got your flooring, which is on a foundation, and since there's no steps there, they go tear ass them through your foundation too. I guarantee you, the house I built was pretty much a 4x4 square structure. They could have had that thing completely destroyed. One of them, just one zombie, could easily destroy that structure in under 5 minutes.
Dang. They're not playing.
No. So it's like if they're coming, run outside.
Right.
Until, eventually I know you could build them out of stone and who knows what else, but I was nowhere even close to that. I mean, I was still, I had just gotten through making workbenches and log racks out of twigs, so,
Right.
I'm still, man make fire. I think my claim to fame in that game up to this point is I was able to make a katana. Yeah. Not sure how the hell I pulled that one off. I mean, why katana? I mean, sword, okay.
Right.
But katana? Really? I live in a log home that I just built, and then I went from that to making a forge out of rocks, and then making an anvil out of rocks, and I think it was iron and wood, and then somehow I know the art of sword making in the Japanese style.
Right. Makes all kinds of sense.
Oh, I know. I love it.
Try to lay back down for a little bit.
All right.
It's my Friday. It's gonna be an easy night tonight, though.
Ooh, good deal. That's always better.
Grocery truck's less than 2,000 pieces.
Nice.
After double truck night tonight, last night was double truck night.
Right.
Oh,
Oh yeah, it always is. Double trucks suck. Never stream anything completely blind, huh? Well, I don't want to say never. It depends on what the game is. But yeah, it could end up being... What was that game that I was playing that... Oh yeah, it was The Infected. Uh, it says it has a tutorial, but it really doesn't. I mean, it doesn't tell you how to do stuff. I actually had to uh, look up... What was it? Oh yeah, I had made an axe, but I had no idea how to equip it. And what little I could see the control configuration, they didn't have a control. That didn't tell you like what you did to equip. So I literally had to look online to figure out how to equip the axe that I had in order to use it. So I can kind of see the never going blind. But I'm going to try not to talk as loud. I mean, I've got a microphone close by. And she's going to try to get some sleep in before work. Don't you have to work tonight too, Dee? That's weird. I never noticed it before. This bottle of soda that I have that I'm opening up is low. And look at this. It's right like a... What would that be? A quarter of an inch? Eighth of an inch? Below the label. Huh. I didn't notice that when I grabbed it. I guess I just grabbed it. And you could hear the cracking of the seal, so you could tell that it hadn't already been opened. But anyways, I think I'll go ahead and just... I wonder why it's got that little red dot. Probably because it says profile untitled. Well, when I went to do it the last time, I remember it having a title, but I don't know how to. I don't remember how to title this stuff, and usually it would pop up. There'd be a window where I could type the stuff in. Maybe that's studio mode. I'd be afraid to click on it now that I'm streaming. Yeah, I'm afraid if I... Me, since I'm partially high, I'm also a little bit paranoid, so I'm afraid that if I clicked on studio mode, that I might accidentally sever the stream. Oh, that's right, John Vacay. Yeah, I can understand the not safe for work, but that game isn't safe for work anyways, because it's a very... Scorn is a very... Well, it's a horror-based game. It's a very visceral game. If you haven't heard of it, just do a Scorn trailer, the I can't remember if it was the teaser trailer that I watched. That's 6 years ago. Look at that one. It'll give you a good idea of what the game looks like. Yeah, it's definitely not. I mean, there's no dialogue in the game, and it's a first-person shooter, but it's very visceral. So I'm not worried about that. But yeah, I can understand certain games would be like that. I mean, hopefully it is a good game. I mean, I've been wanting to get it ever since I saw the teaser trailer 6 years ago, and it just dropped last month. And I bought it probably within a week, within the past week, maybe week and a half at the most. No, it hasn't been that long. Yeah, I'd say a week tops. Well, maybe after I'm done streaming, I'll go ahead and fire the game up. At least kind of learn how it's played. You know, if it doesn't let you save more, have more than one game save, I could always just delete it and start over, which is probably what I'll do. You know, I'll run a new game if that's the game. If I decide to stream it, which I mean, it's still a new game, and that I think that's probably what people are going to be more wanting to look at. I could probably start with Scorn, and then maybe go back to Elder Scrolls afterwards. I think as long as I'm not bugging her, as long as she's able to get some sleep, and as long as I can keep my voice low enough that I don't bother her, I think I'll probably just run this stream until 5. So might as well say another hour. And this was like I said, like I had said, but probably nobody heard. This is I'm just doing this just casual, just trying to get myself, just not knock the rust off. And well, you know what? Even if I'm not streaming to Facebook Live, that's probably better, because I want to get my. It seemed like a lot of the times when I was streaming that people were watching in Facebook Live, and they weren't watching in Twitch, and I need my viewers in Twitch, so that way I can eventually monetize. So I guess it's a good thing that it's not doing the Facebook Live thing. See, it pays to be a stoner. Because I more than likely wouldn't have thought of that. Because before, a few minutes ago when I was thinking about it, I was thinking I'm going to have to look up online how to check that, find out where that is, because I don't remember. So it was my high self that told me, hey, that was one thing you were dealing with when you were streaming last time, is most of your, what few viewers you had, those that were watching you through Facebook Live and not on Twitch, where you need them. So I'll just make sure to periodically throw a little note into Facebook that I'm live. Try to bring people through. Yeah, yeah, D, I agree. You know, I guess just enough to get the overall feel and learn the controls. And I really have been chomping at the bit to play it too. Because, like I said, I've been waiting 6 years for this game. And I've already created a partial scene and source profile here in OBS. The only thing I haven't done is I hadn't put the game capture on there. And I need to get some game screenshots or art to use. Because I want to have something for my intro and outro. So I'll need to find me if I'm going to do the well, it's not really an intro and outro. It's more like the starting soon and ending pages. I don't remember what they call them. Let's bring my game up and see what's going on. Oh, somebody wants his picture taken. There it goes. Yeah, some of them can wear hats too. Watch. I'll click on Tattoo. Come on, Tattoo. No, I'm not going to feed you this time. Well, I haven't fed him at all. Or have I? Nope. Hat. Straw hat. See? Now I have a cat in a hat. And he's looking around like, what is that? And there he is. Another thing I like about this game is in a lot of games where you get clothing or armor, yeah, intro outro. Yeah, well, intro outro is more video. At least I think they are. I mean, I don't know if an intro and an outro can be a still. Who knows? But like I was saying, another thing I like about this game is how you have games that give you like armor and weapons and stuff, and those pieces have stats that aid your character. The cat just ran and plopped down into the flowers, and he's like, it almost looks like he's trying to hide under his hat. But anyways, dang, that was a quick rest. What a little champion. Anyways, your armor or weapons have stats, and the stats aid your character in one way or another. Well, all of these clothing pieces and stuff that you can unlock have a buff to them. Like, let's see what his hat does. chopping carrots effect plus 20%. That's what that is. And you're thinking, but you put it on the wrong cat. Not with this game. With this game, that plus 20% is active whether you... Once you unlock the item, its buff is automatic. So that plus 20% is active. Just like I can go... I'll click back on him. I'll click on outfit. Like this one here. This hoodie. I click on the hoodie. See, nobody's wearing it. Price of corn juice is plus 10%. That, it says right down there, it says, passive effects are always applied even if not equipped. And that's the passive effect. So, I mean, that's cool. They don't force you to equip items. They don't force you to put the clothes on your cats. If you don't want them to have it, you don't have to. And you still get the benefit of the piece, which I think is really cool. Yeah, I was trying to decide which game to just kind of fiddle with here and there while I'm doing this stream, and I was thinking of another one, but it was just, I don't know, I wanted something that was fairly active in the background constantly. And so, you know, this is a fairly idle type game. Whoops. And yeah, I know I've got things that have little red dots on them, but I'm not going to fiddle with that now. One bad thing is I'm getting extra thirsty. One of the joys of getting high. Bye, mouse. I was busy, I couldn't get to him. I want to use that to muffle. Oof. What is that up in the corner? Might be a quest. Special order mission. Sell acorn soup. 5 units. Well... I don't think I can control what he makes. And there's like one there. There's another one there. They automatically make it. It's just the more I guess recipes you learn, it gets spread out, so it's going to take longer. Because let's see, what else is there? Oops, that doesn't help. I wanted to see how many recipes he knows. Let's see if it's going to tell me anything. No, it doesn't tell me. But I know that... I think there's like... think it's like cabbage soup from the cabbages, carrot soup from the carrots. I think that's probably. I doubt that's corn soup, so it's probably like a corn chowder. But it could. But it says cats. The game is called Cats and Soup, so it could be a corn soup. So when you get, it's just like acorn soup, and then there's probably acorn juice too. So you probably get juice and soup from whatever vegetable or nut you get in, and it makes it on its own. So the only thing that you really have to do in this game is just level up the different areas, and that's pretty much it. Well, I mean, collect stuff here and there. Well, yeah, I know it's just, but I'm not diabetic. I'm not even pre-diabetic. I mean, and I was tested for that. I mean, I was tested for that before when I was what? When I was like 360 pounds. Now I think I'm 305, somewhere right around there. So I mean, I've lost quite a bit. I've lost about 60 pounds since I started living a keto lifestyle like 3 years, like what, 3, 4 years ago. So, and plus doing it as a lifestyle for me made it a lot easier, less pressure. Because if you actually go on a diet, there's pressure to stay on it, not to cheat. If you live it as a lifestyle, then when you do cheat, so to speak, you're not going to beat yourself up over it, and you're likely to cheat less if you allow yourself to cheat, and you don't call it cheating, because cheating is obviously a derogatory term. I mean, you can call it rewarding yourself, or you could just not call it anything. Instead of, you know, I mean, you, like say, having a candy bar or having ice cream or something like that. Instead of saying that's cheating or rewarding yourself, you can just say that it's having a candy bar or a bowl of ice cream. You don't have to give it a title. Yeah, you lost a lot. You uh but did you have some kind of surgery to lose it, or was it just because of how sick you got? I don't remember if you ever told me. I don't think we ever I don't think we ever talked you ever talked to me about it in detail. Oh yeah, the nearly dying diet? No. No, because my nearly dying diet consisted of a fistful of pills. And, well, I didn't nearly die. Oh, yeah, from being sick? Okay. I mean, yeah, I still, need to lose I mean, I'm not sure how much. I think I probably would need to lose at least another probably 50. But I mean, I'm not other I mean, I'm going to be less active now. I mean, because I'm not stalking. I'm just standing around, which feels so weird. I was telling my coworker uh, yesterday that just standing there, not doing it, not doing something, I felt like I was going to get yelled at by management at any moment. Get called into the office for just standing around, not being productive. But, that's my job. I mean, I'm supposed to look at receipts and stuff like that, but I mean, when there's not a customer there, for the most part, especially if you're the only one there, I mean, you can't go wander off and do something. And so just standing there, it feels so weird compared to what I normally have done. Because we're not allowed to just stand around and not do anything. But standing around is part of my job now. But that's a good thing because, I want these hands to stop hurting. I want my elbows to stop hurting. I want to say I don't want to have any more back spasms, but they're just going to happen on their own. I've had them before where I've just been in bed and woke up to one. So, I mean, I can't avoid those, but if I can just avoid the other stuff. I mean, I'm using arthritis cream on my hands, and that helps. I hate being old. Especially because I don't have an old man personality. So it's like my personality is staying young, but the rest of me is not is not sticking to the program. And I like the cute little words they choose to use for the different sounds. Like they actually put boing on the trampoline instead of bounce, because most games would put bounce, but they chose boing. And see, the blender, it's whiz. That's thud instead of chop. And they use swish instead of like grate or shred. This one is just good. It's just a bunch of G's. Which, I mean, I think that's my favorite of all. I've never seen that done. See what other sounds. Yeah, see, that's frack. No one ever told me. Come on, D, you should know this. The word frack. I had mentioned earlier that was a curse word, that he was cursing, or the hammer was cursing. No, I know what it is. It's the acorn. The acorn is cursing as it's being hit with a hammer. How is the word frack a curse word? Where is that from? You should be able to pull that out of your nerd knowledge with little effort, D. And the reason why I'm using the towel, if you haven't figured it out, is because my roommate's trying to get some sleep, and I'm trying to be quiet. Otherwise, I wouldn't care if I was coughing loudly into the microphone. Well, I know what it's a substitution for, but from where is it from? I don't mean like place. It's from a show. Come on, D. And I like how they have a was that a fortune teller or is he a cashier? Oh, he's a cashier of some sort. Oh, he's the ad manager. And I love how it's a sloth. Somebody wants their picture taken. Oh, it's the one that's in the... taking a quick little rest. All right, D, you haven't posted it. It's from Battlestar Galactica, dude. Starbuck used to say it all the time. And I'm talking about the old series, not the new bastardization. Oh yeah, I forgot I had two of these guys. They're good. And I like how they don't put. I mean, when they do their animations for this game, I mean, look all what like just this little guy that's chopping carrots does. He takes a carrot out of that bucket, puts it there on the chopping block, chops it up till it's gone, and then once the bag fills up, he grabs the bag, runs over, dumps it into the perpetual soup, runs back, and starts over. That's a lot of animation for, just one little area for such a simple game. Yeah, I was talking about the original, not the reboot. Yeah, Gramps. You're gonna think Gramps. Well, fine. That's where the word frat comes from. Is from the original Battlestar Galactica. Starbuck used to say it all the time. And yes, that's what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be the replacement for that word. Yeah, I stopped using the. I used to use the word frack for quite a while. After, I mean, during and after that show was running, and then it went from frack to Frel, which is from Farscape. I'm trying to remember if Firefly had a word for it. It would have been Chinese, or it would have been just a word that they used. Because I'm drawing a blank. The only curse word I remember them using right off the top of my head is Goram. Look up Graveyard Keeper. Well, in what context am I looking up Graveyard Keeper? I don't want to end up staring at an, actual Graveyard Keeper. Because I would probably be just looking at some guy that looks like me just with really bad plumber's crack. That probably smokes a stogie and wears a sweaty tank top that stops about mid chest. Long, stringy hair, really, really thin. Really bad receding hairline. Gives you creepy vibes from like 300 yards away. I don't want to see that. Oh, it's a game. Okay, I hadn't heard of it. Is I'm guessing it's a horror style game as well. Because I was going to say, if when it comes to horror games, I've got Phasmophobia, and not so much into that game. That game creeps me the hell out. Boing, 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 boing. Wow, that box completely vanishes when you don't have enough money to level up an area. That's pretty clever. No cute gothic. Oh, okay. So should I look it up what on YouTube or look it up in uh the Play Store? I mean, is it a mobile game or is it an actual PC game? Because, like I said, I haven't heard of it. There we go. Now I can see it a little bit better. Wow, that came out of nowhere. PC or console. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I'll look it up after I get done shutting down this this stream and dropping it on YouTube. More mouse money. Oh man, he was on the screen quite a while. He just did one of those deals. Usually you don't see him very long. He's just kind of like he hits the ground and he's gone. Probably, I was just thinking, I saw myself on my tablet coughing, and I was just thinking, I wonder what people are thinking I'm doing, that I'm like diseased or something. It's like, no, I'm trying to be polite, trying to make as little noise as possible. And I should say I'm trying to talk quietly, but just loud enough that I can be understood. Oh, it went black. I see that. Okay. Yeah, it vanished again. This is so weird. Alright, we're just gonna have to do like I did before. Move it. Come on, game capture. And then, okay. Specific window. BlueStacks. Okay. Capture third-party overlay. That is so weird. I don't know why it does that. It's not like I'm touching anything. And it vanished again. Oh, no. It just hasn't come. No, it's just that much of a delay. Yeah, I thought the game disappeared on me again, but no, there's just that much of a delay going. Probably a good 30, probably 20, 30-second delay. Yay, that worked. That's what I've had to do the past few times, D. It's just, it's ridiculous. There, just leave that there. I wonder if he's caught any fish. Let's see, who would I give it to? Let's give it to this one. Try to get him. No, let's see if I even have any. Yeah, I have one. That'll be enough to get him to four hearts. Right? Oh, no, I thought that was a different number. What was that about? For some reason, I followed him. The camera followed him. I was looking at the penguin. He was just kind of doing a little dance there. Thought, what? Yeah, see? Maybe he has to pee. I don't know. A little bit of energy. Yeah, it's weird that I came across this game and I just really like it. Like I said, it's all my other games are just, well, violent. And sometimes you just need something that's peaceful. Something that's mellow. And this fits the bill. And plus, I mean, I'm an animal lover, so this game's got the cutesy factor. Oh, let's shake up a mouse. Ah! There we go. Can't imagine why he's in such a hurry to get away from where he landed. You think being a mouse and being dropped into the middle of a kitty cat farmer's market type of thing would make you a little bit nervous? I know Stardew Valley. I played that a little bit. Actually, Mary G had introduced me to Stardew Valley. I haven't heard from her in forever. It's been months. I'm thinking maybe her. The only thing I can think of is her current boyfriend won't allow it. Because we were still really close friends, and then it just went, like that. She disappeared. And I contacted her once a while back. How long has it been? Let's see. Oh, did I delete it? I may have. Because I figure she's just ghosted me. And doesn't want anything to do with me anymore for whatever reason. Yeah, I don't have it, at least not in this messenger anymore, so it's been several months since I've heard from her. I mean, I couldn't tell you exactly how many, It's been, let's see, it's been, well, my last stream was 9.5 months ago. I would probably say it's probably been probably 6 months, maybe longer since I've heard from her. Mary G. Sin. Because I mean, we were still on. We were. I mean, we always had a strong friendship. You know, even after the relationship ended, because she knew how hard I took it. And she said it was just because I was a good-hearted person that I felt, you know, I felt guilty, and I did. I felt like because I was planning on moving over there, and she wasn't able to save. I wasn't, I want to say that that life was preventing us both from being able to save money so that I could move over there. And I mean, so I just decided it was best that that we just went back to being friends. And I did feel kind of guilty. I felt like I failed her. So I mean, I took it really hard emotionally, but we were still really close friends. And then she lost her dad. Um, and then I know she said she was the when I talked to her last, she was losing or lost her home. She wasn't going to be able. I know she was not going to be able to keep it. And the last time I had seen her Facebook post, she was with I think his name was Mike, and I think that was her ex. And that was it. Never heard from her again. And I know when I had stopped streaming, I was waiting for her, because she had become, at least, I mean, to me, since it was basically more times than not we weren't streaming to anybody. It was just me and her, just playing, just having a good time. And like I said, she was as much of that stream as I was. And so I was, wanted to wait for her to make it back before before I started the stream back up again, and she never returned. So when I do start back streaming Elder Scrolls again, I've got another character already lined up. I just have to delete him and remake him, so that way when I start the game up the very first time, I will get the opening cinematic from the newest expansion, and that my starting point will be in the newest expansion area. That's how Elder Scrolls Online works. When you create a character and you start that character, or I should say, well, once you've created that character, their starting point will be the current expansion, the current highest expansion that you possess of the game. So when I had created that character, it was with the last the Darkwood or something like that. And there's a new one since then that I had bought, but I had I had already had the character, so I need to delete him and create him again. It's basically to save them. It's because of the name, and plus I don't have any more character slots in on that um, in that server because I have the U.S. server and the British server, and my U.S. server I've I have all the slots filled. I can still buy some, but it takes real money to buy them. And I think it's like the equivalent of like $20. I think, if I'm not mistaken, to buy a slot. And I don't know when I'll start Elder Scrolls. I'm just doing it a little at a time. Like I said, just trying to get knock the rust off, get back into it, try to find a time when I can play. Because I want to do it as close to, I guess you can call it peak time, or the time where it's going to be the most people are going to be online. But I also want to be respectful to my roommates' uh, time of rest. Because I know that there'll be times when I get excited in the game and I'm going to shout or possibly or laugh out loud, and you know if she's trying to sleep, I don't want to wake her up, so I still have to figure out days and times on when's going to be best. I mean, she's really active, so I mean, she's comes and goes a lot, but still. Oh, excuse me. I don't want to be one of those roommates that doesn't show the other respect. I don't want to get back into WoW. I still have my old account. I don't want to get back into that game again. I don't know. I don't know. I just kind of just got burned out of it. Yeah, I think I'm gonna end the stream here in about roughly about 5 minutes. That put me at 3 hours. That's a decent little practice stream. And then uh, I'll shut this down and I'll check out Graveyard Keeper before I forget, because I will forget. I'll probably do that before I upload this stream to YouTube. But it's too bad we didn't get more people in the stream, but I had, because nobody else popped in. I mean, it was just you and Stray. But I mean, hey, I really I really appreciate you being here. Oh yeah, yeah, I'll let you know. But yeah, D, I really appreciate you being here during the stream. I mean, I really appreciate it. Had someone to talk to other than just to myself. And I appreciate Stray as well. I mean, he doesn't seem to be in now, but I appreciated him uh, coming in as well. Oh, there's 4 people. I wish they would have said something. I didn't. I missed the notification of, but maybe he doesn't put them in chat. Oh, and now Twitch is buffering, so I need to shut it down and bring it back up again. Come on. Twitch actually crashed. There, that's better. Wow, it completely crashed it. I mean, it crashed so hard I had to retype in my password on my tablet. But, anyways, it's 5 o'clock, so again, thank you, D. Thank you, Stray, for coming in and being with me in the chat. I really appreciate it. And thanks to those others of you that popped in. You should have just said hi. I didn't know that there was anybody else in there. So, next time anybody that comes in, even if you don't feel like chatting, you know, at least say hi, so that way I can see something in chat, so I know you're there, so I can say hi to you. Because I want everyone to feel welcome. I don't want someone to feel invisible. And, even if you don't feel like chatting, you don't have to. If you just want to sit and watch, sit and listen, that's perfectly fine. I mean, you can say, just here to watch, and I will be totally respectful. I would just at least like to be able to say welcome. So, thanks again, Stray. Thanks again, D. The others of you that popped in. I appreciate it. Next time, let your friends know. I mean, I don't know exactly what I'm going to be doing another one, so it may just be a spur of the moment thing. But let your friends know, and give me a follow. I would really appreciate it. I've got a long ways to go before monetization. I think I need at least I think I need 100 or 200 or something like that, and I've got like 12. So I've got a long ways to go, but with your guys' help, I'll get there. So thanks again, everyone, and I guess I'll see you on the next one. See you later.